Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and I like to journal. Currently, I'm back home for winter break. Let me show you my crib. Living in my mom's office room on an air mattress. It's currently like this because I'm staying home for winter break. I wasn't planning on staying home for like the entirety of winter break. I wanted to actually have a job and be working through the break, but it didn't turn out that way. And then also with the 12-day Advent that I mentioned in my Vlogmas videos, I had to be home starting around December 12th. But when I got here, I actually figured out I could have left like later because it starts on the 14th. But I have an entire list of stuff that I want to cover in this video today because as you can see on my channel, if you're a returning subscriber or if you're just like looking at my channel overall as a new viewer, I didn't complete Vlogmas. I really wanted to, and a lot of things just got in the way of that. So I just kind of wanted to upload this video as like a catch up, like an in-between video. I originally wanted to do like a New Year 2023, like official, like one of my first journaling videos coming back because I had a channel in the past where I did like semi-professional like layouts of my journal and plan with me's and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of restart that in the new year. But with this being a new kind of lifestyle direction that I want to take, I was like, I can do this like in between thing. It doesn't have to be like 100% like produced or, you know, not produced, but you know the word I'm talking about. So here I am. Couple of updates. As you can see, I braided my hair. I no longer have little twisty gills. I'm going to insert the reference picture here somewhere on the screen. I'm kind of pleased with how it turned out. I was scared that I wasn't gonna have enough brown, but then I kind of like moved some things around and, you know, finagled my way through. This is my first time doing my box braids. I actually started braiding my own hair like July of 2021. She's had her time, her learning curve, because the first set that I installed was like terrible. But since then I've done like silver, I've done purple for the P1 Harmony concert, I've done like a plain set of like black, so like I'm kind of getting in the groove of things, and this is what I have for right now. I don't know if I'm going to change it before I get back on campus for the spring semester, but this is what we're working with now. So yeah, I braided my hair, and then I also completed like the whole 12-day Advent thing that I've been working on the entirety of my Vlogmas, or mentioning during the entirety of my Vlogmas. I have a couple of time lapses of how I did the thing. I wanted to make like a video explaining how I did the Advent thing if somebody else wanted to recreate it for their family. I know I'm not the first person to have done this. I actually got the inspiration from Zoe Sugg on her Vlogmas like 7-ish years ago or something when she did it with her boyfriend Alfie. So I just took it from being on a wall and putting it onto a board. I made some letter stencils out of some watercolor paper, and then I cut out the letters in construction paper. Then I glued those letters onto a board that I bought from Hobby Lobby and used some leftover, not tinsel, but like yarn-ish thread that I had bought from Michael's the previous year when I did it just for my sister, and ended up tying that through the back of the Hobby Lobby board. So comment down below if you want to see like a tutorial of how I did those. I might just upload one anyway. But that was finished and I got them here and it went very well. My mom enjoyed all her gifts. She's super easy to buy for, so I was really excited to see her reactions to the gifts that I got her. I'll insert a clip here of one of the days that I did for her because I mentioned that I wanted to kind of film it in case I picked Vlogmas back up. And she was like, oh, go ahead and film it. And I was like, but what if like you're in it? Like she was in her house coat and everything. She's like, yeah, just go ahead and film it. And I was like, okay. So here that is here.
Day number 4. The excitement grows as Christmas Day draws nearer. For a bite of the joy, take a look at your mirror. Is it this mirror or the one upstairs?
It's not this one.
Okay. Upstairs I go.
I mean, dang, I can't even follow. It's like Mari or something. Slow down.
Is it the back of the mirror? Ah, it's on the back of my mirror. Come look. Okay. It's here. Uh-oh.
Oh wait, I can't. So she enjoyed her gifts. My dad enjoyed his, as reluctant as he is to get Christmas gifts for some reason. My sister enjoyed her gifts as well, so very successful Christmas Advent. I also had went out to dinner with my friend Ashley, which was super fun because I love her, and she's been raving about this ramen spot in town for the longest time, and the ramen was really good, so we had a great time there. And then for like the rest of like the festive Christmassy things that I did while I've been back in town, me and my mom and my sister had drove around looking at Christmas lights at the rich houses around our subdivision. We did that for their Christmas lights because we were like, if anybody's gonna do them right, it's gonna be the rich people. So we went around looking at their lights up in like some of the nice houses, because like the area that my mom happened to move in just has like these really hidden, like beautiful, huge houses. And we had some Christmas music going on in the background, so that was super fun. And then a couple days after seeing those houses, we went to my first Christkindl market experience. Downtown, they had this German Christmas market. It's a common thing. I think they like post up shop in different cities and things. You can have like German Christmassy foods like Stollen, I think is the name of one of them. If you're German, please don't hate me. But like it's like a Christmassy, I think it's like cinnamon-ish bread or something. I'm not going to speak too much on it because I don't know much about it, but it looked delicious. And they had like these little pretzels, and they had bratwurst, and they had like these little donut thingies. They kind of look like, you know, those mochi donuts that have like the little bubbles but like broken apart. It tasted like a mixture between a pancake and a donut with different flavor sugar powders that you can get on top of it. So my mom and I had tried out the vanilla and the original flavor of the powder sugar, and it was really good. I highly recommend if you ever have a Christkindl market around you somewhere. It was like a very Christmassy experience. Anytime the fall time or Christmas time comes around, I'm automatically looking for events to do in town that are Christmassy or autumnal, and the Christkindl market was perfect for that. Like, it has great food and it totally gets you in the Christmas spirit. In addition to the Christmassy foods, they had a beautiful tree in the center of the market, and then they also had little tiny textile shops like scarves, and I think maybe rugs were there. I can't remember, but they had like some beautiful woven pieces. And then they also had like some ornaments and things like that you can hang around your house for the Christmassy time. It was a really fun experience, super festive. And then on actual Christmas Day, my sister and I opened up our gifts underneath the Christmas tree. I did day 12 for my 12 days of Christmas Advent for my mom, dad, and my sister. And then we went over and saw some family on my dad's side. So we had a really relaxing Christmas day. Then on Boxing Day, I actually wasn't feeling too well, so I stayed at home while my sister and my mom went out to the mall to go, you know, after Christmas shopping where everything is like cut on a sale. That's normally what we do every year, but like I said, I just wasn't feeling well, so I ended up going the day after on December 27th. And I grabbed a couple things that I'm gonna share with you in a few, but before I do, I did want to mention that during the Christmas break, I was working on a sweater. It is a hot mess right now because I was like, it was laid out on the floor with everything like where it needs to go. And then I just bundled it up and threw it in this bag because I was like so tired of like staring at single crochets and trying to thread things together. So it's currently sitting like this. It's a mess if I open it up. But in my Vlogmas videos, I did mention that a couple weeks ago, I started a pink and green sweater because pink and green are my favorite colors at this point in time in my life. So I made a whole bunch of crochet squares, 50 total. Took forever. But then on the same day that I got ramen with my friend, we just wanted to ride around a little bit more. So we went out to Walmart because I needed to pick up a bullet journal that I'll also share with you in a minute. But I found some yarn because I knew I needed it for the cuffs for the part that goes like around your neck and then the trim of the sweater, and I bought this kind. It's a bit more yellow in person than what I was looking for. I was actually looking for like something like this. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but this is a different brand. I'm gonna put it on the screen than this, which was the Red Heart brand, but this one came about this size and I knew I was gonna need like 2 times more than that, so I bought the large Red Heart brand for like $4 instead of buying the tiny shaped one in this color for like $2 and having to buy like hundreds of those. And then also an honorable mention, I won my first yarn ball the other day because the skein, I guess, of yarn that I had bought wasn't in a practical kind of form for me to keep working with because it would unravel and then knot at the end, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that again, because I dealt with that with the pink and green skeins that I bought. But I'm just proud of this little ball because it just looks so cool and it's like cute to hold. Not perfect in any way. I actually get very impatient when learning new things, so I just kind of just, you know, so. But anyway, got that color and I've been working on putting together my sweater. This is her right now, currently. The trim is still being worked on. I got this far and a little bit in the back, but I have so much longer to go. It's actually turning out pretty well. The measurements are still kind of weird because it's my first ever crochet sweater. The pattern that I use to assemble it with is really great. And actually, on my Pinterest, I have a crochet like inspiration / hobby help board. And I was looking through it to kind of find out where the squares need to go, and I found this one pattern in particular that was like, this is easy to follow along. And it ended up being Hey Hey Crochet, which is Heather on Instagram. She's one of my new besties on Instagram, and I didn't know that that pattern was from her because I saved that like forever ago before I even started following her on Instagram. And I just thought it was kind of funny how, you know, it like lined up, and like I'm actually like following her now, and I'm like chatting with her from time to time and like DMs and stuff. So thank you, Heather, for that beautiful pattern. That's very helpful. Put it on the screen somewhere here. Also, glad to see that your content is like being, you know, shown in people's feeds on multiple platforms. So good on you, girl. But yeah, so that's the crochet sweater that I've been working on. I need to work on that a little bit today and get down to some other things, but let me show you what I had bought over the break. I thought about uploading my own what I got for Christmas video, but I didn't follow through with filming it because I've always felt some type of way about those kind of videos, and I didn't want to contribute to influencing people to covet, because I know that those videos can kind of make people go, oh, well, I wish I had that, and not appreciate the blessings that they currently do have in their life or the things that they did receive for Christmas, because I know those videos can be pretty hefty in the sense of people having lots of things to show off or having things of great value to show off. And I didn't want to be that kind of person. But I did want to share with you some of the things that I bought for myself, so here they are. So the first thing that I got is this box from Hobby Lobby. It's just a plain, what do they call this? Nested box from Hobby Lobby, because I saw on Instagram from Rachel on Instagram. Her username is Start With Prayer. She ministers to women on Instagram by sharing healthy habits that help them improve their spiritual life as well as their physical life on earth in terms of like fitness and things like that. So one of the things that she talked about was having a happy box by your nightstand on your bed, and in that happy box to have a bunch of things that are catered to helping your mind wind down at the end of the night. And I know that I am like 100% guilty of having my phone or my iPad by my side at night until I fall asleep, like either scrolling or watching ASMR or just being wrapped up in media in general, and that's not very good for your brain as you're trying to shut it off for the night. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm picking up this happy box or making a happy box of my own, because I really need help with that, and that's something that I want to improve on in the new year. So I bought this box. I'm gonna decorate it back when I get to my apartment with all of my art supplies and everything. But I got this, and I was thinking to put some coloring books, some reading books, because I also really want to get back into reading. Put some of my devotional books in here and a couple other things like that. So there's a video coming in the future that's going to be talking about my decorating this and sharing some more about what she talked about for her happy box. So, and then in it I've been housing, which I haven't started yet, but I heard Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood is supposed to be really good. I was inspired to get this book from Carla Espinosa on YouTube, and she was talking about a couple of books to get you out of a reading slump, which is something that has been going on for years for me. But I do want to get back into reading, and I thought that this could be one of the books to not only get me out of my reading slump, but to help me out with the whole happy box, shutting my mind down before I go to bed. So she's been sitting in my box for the last couple of days. I think it's been a week now. Then the other day on December 27th, when my family and I were doing some after Christmas shopping, I stopped by a thrift store and I picked up Fahrenheit 451. Got this book for only 25 cents, so we love thrifting. But I know Fahrenheit 451 was a book that was assigned to a lot of people in like middle school for summer reading or like AP Lang, stuff like that. But I never like read it because I was like trying to do the bare minimum to get the requirement, to be completely honest with you. But I saw this on the shelf in the bookstore and I was like, I've heard a little bit about this. Like, it's kind of more than just a school required book. So I'm gonna be putting this on my to be read list. Then next I have this bag from Ross that I just got like 2 things. I honestly don't buy clothes for myself that often. I think the last time I properly bought like a haul of clothes was like 2020. And so this is like some of my first new pieces of clothes. They had this plain, very plain tank top. And then I've been also looking for some leggings because I want to do more walking to kind of like get me in the fitness, kind of like baby steps into getting me into fitness because I want to take care of my body and be better about that. I did some walking for a class last spring where we had to do like 10,000 steps a day, which was really intense, but I did appreciate being somewhat involved in fitness because it's not one of my strengths. I'm just not good at it. So I bought these fleece lined leggings that I thought was a really cute color. And then on a separate day, as the box that I got from Hobby Lobby, I went back again because my sister is looking to do some DIY for her bedroom. But I found the coloring book that I was looking for, and it's Your God's Girl coloring book. It originally was like $10, but I was kind of scared about that. Not scared, but I was like, $10 for a thin coloring book. I don't know about that. But then we got to the register and it was like $6. So I was like, bet, I'll do that instead. I specifically was looking for a spiritual kind of coloring book, and I know that they exist because my mom had got me one a long time ago. And this one checks all the boxes because it has specific like Bible verses for like each page. Okay, maybe not that one. But like for the most part, they have like Bible verses and things to keep in your mind. And I thought that would be a cool way for me to meditate on scripture. So this is something that I'm adding into my happy box. I'm actually gonna throw it in there right now. And then I have a huge problem with buying books. And so we went into Five Below and I was like, they're probably not gonna have much anyway, but I just wanna look at them because I've always like, since the dawn of time, like enjoyed looking at journals and looking at books and buying both of those. So I was just looking at them and then I saw this one called Admission, which is kind of like the whole Lori Loughlin, I think is her name, the girl from Full House, and the situation where she like bribed her daughter's school to let her in and now she's like in jail or something like that. I don't know, but the plot kind of sounded like that. However, it is by Julie Boxbaum and I love her books, so I was like, let me see how she takes a spin on this. Then something else that I wanted was a journal to start like daily journaling in. I have not hundreds, but I do have like a good 3 or maybe 4 that I had wrote in daily from 6th, 7th grade through high school. And I love looking back on those. I might actually do a video because I think like it would be kind of cool because my channel is called Chantel Journals and it's one of my journals that I kept that led me into bullet journaling in the future. But anyway, I was looking for a journal because I want to get back into daily journaling and I think it's healthy for my mental health. And it would go into my happy box. So in Walmart, I found this one. She's super cool. I like her. She's very modern. Love that. Pages are really cool. It reminded me of one of my older journals that I bought from Charming Charlie forever ago. And so I was like, I want her. She's thick. She's pretty. Yes. And it just so happened that she was $4. So she immediately went into my heart. This is a little bit of what the inside looks like. The lines are kind of like wide ruled instead of college rule, but there's a lot of pages, so I'm not concerned about that. I think I was just more excited that it was pretty and less than $5. So I went ahead and got this, putting this into my happy box. And then the very last thing I got was my bullet journal for the 2023 year. It has been a very long time since I last bullet journaled. I think I tried to pick it back up in May of this year, and then it just fell apart because little did I know, May was the busiest month of my 2022. I had my sister's graduation and then we were doing a whole bunch of celebrating for her. I had the P1 Harmony concert that I went to, which I'm not complaining about at all. Best concert of my life. But it was very busy, so it just never happened and I didn't pick it up again because I went straight from that into taking summer classes, into taking fall semester classes. But I intentionally sought out this brand because it is one of my favorite that I've ever bullet journaled with before. I bought the Midori in the past, but I feel like whenever I have that, the cover is so thin that I always feel like I need to buy the cover protector, and that's just like comes up to like $14, I think. Nowadays, this journal is $10. Back when I first started buying it, it was $8, but we live in an era of inflation, so apparently it's $10.24. But this journal is one of my favorites because it's hardcover. It has a little elastic band to protect it. It also has a pocket in the back and it's dotted. This one in particular is numbered, which is really great. And then also the GSM is amazing. This one is 100 GSM and the other ones, I believe, that are like thinner or like width-wise are 80 GSM, which is still great because it doesn't have any ghosting or any bleed through or anything like that. So Really great brand. I highly recommend if you're trying to journal for the first time. Super accessible as well because it's found at Walmart. I will link it in the description below. Previously, I had the black one, and that's the only like version that I ever bought from this brand, but I did used to do like commissions for some of my friends and they enjoyed this as well. So yeah, I got this for the 2023 year, and I ended up getting blue in particular. They had a white one there as well, and on average they have white, red, this blue, and then black, but I ended up getting this one because it matches my to-do planner for the next year, so I'm really excited about that. I decided to share all these things with you so I could get around to this and open this up because the day is December 29th. The new year is literally in like 3 days. And I wanted to open this, and I didn't want to open this off camera because I know I was talking about this during my Vlogmas. So I'm gonna open this up really quickly, and yeah. Okay, so I've slit the side. Packaging's coming up. I've been so excited about this because I decided like the old method that I had for my planning wasn't really working for me anymore. I do enjoy like writing out the days of the week in calligraphy and having like the little bullet dots and everything, but for some reason it just wasn't very functional for me anymore. So I wanted to have like a proper planner and then have a separate dotted journal to write down like books that I've read, like book reviews, my year in pixels to like track my mood, to have my habits in there because I need help with tracking like taking my supplements and cleaning the house and things like that. So that's what this is for. This is more of like a habit kind of thing, and this one's more of like a assignment kind of thing, if that makes sense. This was on the Amazon images that were posted up, so I've already seen this. But this looks like the Michelangelo David statue that's like chopped in half, which is really cute. I'm gonna take off this paper on the outside here. But we got personal profile, emergency contacts, friends and family, which is kind of cool. And then evaluating how you spend your time. Are you having difficulty managing your responsibilities? If so, you should evaluate how you're spending your time. They called me out, to say the least. This has a time analysis, a self-analysis, which I thought was kind of cool. And then we jump into the month overlook, which actually is kind of cool because they have the books read over here, the movies watched over here, and then some goals down here. And the cool thing about this is that it's not dated, so it's not strictly for 2023. So if I miss a couple of months, it's not a problem. I can just like fill out January and like jump to August if I don't plan for February through July. So as I was just describing, there's like blank days of the week and like a blank year, blank month. There are those, and then you have some of the daily schedule pages. So in here they have the weather, they have the mood, and then they have which day, you can mark which day it is, your to-do list, you got some water intake, some budgeting. So there's a lot of useful things in here that actually kind of condenses what I need to put into my Exceed journal. So there's a good couple of these. Ooh, they gave me stickers. Fun. And there's like a little metallic like tag bookmark thing. Okay, so there's only 6 of these monthly ones, and they go ahead and put them at the very beginning, which might be a bit confusing for me because I like to have monthly overview and then my weekly spreads and then another monthly overview, but it'll be okay. Yeah, this is cute. So just basically the rest of the book are those weekly spreads that I was talking to you about a second ago, and then they just have like the monthly overviews here. I don't think there's anything special in the back. Yeah, so the last page is just like another weekly spread, or daily spread, I guess. There's no pocket in the back of this one, but that's fine because I have a pocket in the bullet journal. So that's fun. I think what I might do in here is like a yearly overview spread where you do like the different months and then the events per each month. But yeah, that was fun to unbox. These are some of the stickers that they gave me. And I think that's it that I have to share with you. The only other thing that I did want to talk to you about was the whole Vlogmas like cut off on like day 9, I think it was. It's not like I necessarily have to talk about it because I'm not like a YouTuber with 10 million subscribers and like, oh my gosh, where did she go? But I mean, like, I just wanted to address it because I know if I was watching a YouTuber, I'd be like, girl, where'd you go? So I'm explaining it. Not much to explain anyway. Day 8 went really well. I uploaded that. And I was really enjoying filming Vlogmas every day, but around Vlogmas day 8, that night or the night after, those following days I know for sure, I started getting these headaches, and I was conflicted between the reason being this Wi-Fi router that was attached to my wall in my bedroom for the apartment complex that I live in. The complex not requires, but before you move in, they've already installed these personal Wi-Fi routers in every single bedroom. And the way that my desk is set up is like the router is right next to me. Like if you're my wall and this is my desk, my router is like right beside my chair. And I felt like being that close to it without anything like blocking it, I feel like, I don't know, it was causing headaches. And my bestie was gonna be like, correlation doesn't equal causation, because she's like a chemistry major. And I'm like, baby, I get it, but like every day that I was sitting there, I was getting a headache. So I was like, either it could have been that, because I was experimenting with that. Hey besties, I'm editing this right now and I just realized I don't know where the rest of that clip like went. Like it just cuts off after I said that. But basically what happened was I was experimenting with not sitting next to the Wi-Fi router to see if that was the cause of my headache. So I spent an entire day sitting away from my router and I didn't have a headache that day. When I had traveled back home, which I think was like 2 days after that, I had a headache again and I was like, I don't know what's happening, because normally I don't get headaches. So I was like, maybe I'm sick or something. But it went away. So for those days following Vlogmas Day 8, I was having on and off headaches and I didn't understand what really was going on. And then the gap just kept accruing. So in my mind, I like to have things back to back. Like I don't like gaps in between something that's supposed to be consecutive. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to my body, relax, and call it a day. I also think that one of the causes could have been like staring at my screen too much, because I was editing like hour-long footage every single day and like continuously looking at my laptop. So that's basically why I was unable to finish Vlogmas. Sorry that the rest of that clip wasn't finished. I literally don't know where it went. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a wonderful winter break and a beautiful new year. I cannot wait to get back to you and share with you what my journals are looking like, because it's been so long and my channel is literally called Chantel Journals and I haven't journaled once since starting this channel. So look forward to actual journaling and stationery and book content in between my lifestyle-ish content. So yes, have a good day. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.